Hoinandala, Falcon Trek Amal. Welcome back, everyone. Just a pleasure to see you here. Midweek video. Obviously, we do these. There was one last week. There was also a breakdown, but I just want to thank everybody for your continued support of this page. Had another issue over the last week or so, and we will definitely get to that, as well as some news and notes, some player movement, some news, and obviously everything else that entails during this week. But the first thing I want to go ahead and bring up to everyone is I didn't get a lot of hits from it or anything like that, but my coverage of the Guinness Six Nations tournament currently taking place here in the Northern Hemisphere, and a little bit of blowback from it. And I received a strike on my channel. I had to take a video down. My TikTok account, I received 2 strikes on that account, and I have decided that I will not be covering the Six Nations anymore. The reason being, I can't say the words out loud, but I've been accused of a lot of things in my day. Being fat, being dumb. We can argue some of those, okay? But I'm not going to say the word, but we'll just say the R word is not one of them. Okay. I understand that this emblem, this banner, for South Africans, obviously, a bit. But for you that don't live in South Africa, you have to understand a bit of the flack you do receive when you say, this is my team. Okay. In America, 90% of Americans only know 2 things about South Africa. They know Madiba, Nelson Mandela, and they know apartheid. So a lot of times when you say you're a Springboks fan, some people will say, oh, you're pro-apartheid. Now, I know to a lot of my white South African followers, it's like nails on a chalkboard when you hear that word and you hear those kind of things, but you do hear them. So I make it a point to say, pardon my fuck apartheid. Like, that's not why this is my team. This is not why I am proudly have Safa blood in these veins. It's because I look at my rugby, I look at this rugby team and I can see the things I love about South Africa in it. And to get the R word thrown at you by talking to a nation that does not have the same history as the Republic of South Africa, the sting of apartheid, the stain of R word, and you get accused by their fans of that. I will say this about the Six Nations through 2 rounds. If you want my honest opinion about it, it's not tier 2 rugby, but it ain't nothing compared to the rugby championship. And I don't even care about winning the rugby championship. I just think the rugby is better. Italy is not Argentina. They're what Argentina was when they joined. And it's just, is it tier 2 rugby? No, it's not tier 2 rugby. But if you can't be critical about a team without that word being thrown at you, I'm just not even going to waste my time talking about it. Plus, I didn't get a lot of traction on those videos anyways. I will sort of continue to watch it, but really, to be honest with you, it's obvious who's going to win the tournament through 2 games. It's obvious, and it's obvious who's not going to win a single game. So we will leave it at that. Next note that we have to bring up is, we know it's winter tour for Southern Hemisphere, summer tour for the Northern Hemisphere. We do know that the team is going to South Africa for 2 games, one at Loftus, one at Durban. England is heading to New Zealand, I believe. France is heading to, are they heading to Australia? Maybe. And then you've got Scotland, who's kind of the oddball out, but it is rumored, and I will post the screenshot of the website here, that Scotland will be coming to North America to play Canada and the United States, and then heading to South America to play a test against Chile. the debutant from last year's Rugby World Cup 2023. And if I can find the image, I'll post it and you guys can get a good chuckle. This image was me the last time Scotland played here in the United States. They played down in Houston. The stadium was called BBVA Stadium at the time. It has changed names. It's where their Major League Soccer franchise plays. And I was at that game and I watched the USA beat Scotland. First time in 92 years that they'd beaten a Tier 1 opponent. I feel like USA Rugby since then has taken several giant steps backwards, but if the game is close, of course I will attend. And yes, I will wear a USA jersey. I will look like an American fan going out and supporting the USA Eagles. But that is pretty exciting news here. Hoping to see Canada do well. USA will probably be okay, and hopefully. I'm wondering what kind of side we'll get to. Will we get Finn Russell? Will we get Blair Kinghorn? Will we get Skoman? Will we get all these guys? Who knows? It might be a Scotland A side that comes over for that trip, but you will just have to wait and see. Next note that we will bring up, and I can already sense Chad writing something in the comment section. So yes, a few months back, I did make the decision that I would not cover the domestic competition in this country. I wouldn't talk about it. I wouldn't do anything like that. Now, as a channel that you guys, a lot of my South African followers, you've come here as a different voice, voicing a lot of your same opinions about this game. A guy in a faraway land that loves Springbok rugby, loves SA rugby just as much as you do. Probably not as much because you're South African living there, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I love South African rugby. It's just the brand I prefer, the style I prefer, everything. So with that being said, I will not be talking about the domestic competition here in the United States, but I would love to talk about SA-born players that will be playing here this year. I figured I will kind of do a list. We will go by what Currie Cup side they played on and maybe what URC/Super Rugby side that they spent the most time with. Also guys that had SAU 20 caps. I would love to do a video about that. I will not mention team names. I will just name the teams by the city that they're in. Like I said, I do not want to talk about the domestic league here. I'm not going to start talking about it, but I feel as an SA Rugby supporter, I should let everyone know, hey, this is where our boys are playing here in the U.S. So I'm not going to, Chad, you can comment all you want because I know you're going to. I'm not going to even mention the league. So I want to support our boys that are over here playing in the U.S. And a lot of them I still talk to online. They understand. They get it. They're not upset with me for not supporting anymore. They understand. So that will be that. That will be coming up soon. We will do that here in the next probably week or so. I'll get some graphics together and we'll talk about guys that are playing here in the U.S. So next up, we have obviously the URC returning this weekend with two derbies. We've got the Sharks, Stormers visiting the Sharks in Durban. It is also Shark Fest, I believe, on the 17th of February. And we've got the Bulls heading down from Pretoria, staying in Gauteng, but visiting the Lions at Emirates Airlines Park there in Johannesburg, also known as Ellis Park. And hoping that we see a good crowd. I did see, obviously, with the Shark Fest, they're giving out tickets with the match at Ellis Park. I've seen, I believe, either free or cheap beer, discounted tickets. I do know that the Bulls fans are going to make a lot of Bulls fans are going to make the trek down to Johannesburg. I know it's a day game. We know the issues with the neighborhood that Emirates Airlines Park is in. We know we've talked about this in great deal on this channel. I do hope to see a decent crowd. I know it'll probably be predominantly Bulls fans, as it always seems to be with the visiting sides. But I really, really hope the Joburg folks get out and show up in force for this game. This game, I believe, is going to be very, very close, just like it was in Loftus. I still have to give an edge to the Bulls. Sorry, guys, but not much of one. But I think this should be a very exciting game. Not to take away from the excitement that will be happening just over. Is that the Drakensberg Mountains that separate? There's the okay, but you get what I'm saying. The KZN will be hosting the Stormers, the Sharks. Sharks obviously last place in the URC standings, looking to get anything going. Obviously, with some news that I'm about to reach you, it's going to be another kind of kick in the marbles for those Sharks. But I do also believe the Stormers will. Oh, I'm wearing a Stormers jersey. Yes, the Stormers, I think, will have an easy victory, hopefully, and even possibly a bonus point victory there in Durban. But I know the crowds are going to be good because they always seem to be good there at, see if I can get it, Hollywood Bets Kings Park. I want to call it Hollywood King Bets Park, but it's Hollywood Bets Kings Park. And if you don't know that the Hollywood Bets are the sponsor of the Sharks, I think it's on their jersey like 12 times. As I look at the 2-6 scrum. But I think it's on their jersey like 12 times. I think I counted it. I have a buddy, Josh, and I think he got the jersey, and I think he counted it. I don't know if it's quite 12, but you guys get the point. You know exactly what I'm saying. But a little bit of unfortunate news for those Sharks and for Springbok fans alike, even though we don't play for several more months. The big man himself, Eben Etzebeth, going under the knife. I believe a knee injury. Not good. Don't really know the nature of it. Don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he'll be out by the time the tour rolls through. But, he'll be in our thoughts and prayers for the big man. I mean, it's Eben, man. Like, that guy can go through. He probably doesn't even need anesthesia, man. He probably just says, give me a bullet to bite down on and just do your job. That's just how tough I think that son of a bitch is. But, it's a bit unfortunate. But, hopefully he recovers well from it. And then also, not URC teams, but Cheetahs relate. Looks like Sabu Nkosi will be returning to action. It looks like he has inked a deal with the Toyota Cheetahs there in Bloemfontein. And another big news out of Bloemfontein, Rowan Pinar looking to be joining the coaching staff. I think he's finally, it's time for him to kind of hang up the boots and join the front office staff there with Frans staying there in the Free State, Freistadt, there in Bloemfontein. Obviously, wish all the luck to the Cheetahs. I think the argument seems to happen, or at least the conversation at least once a year happens where we're like, why are they not in the URC? I would agree. I think that would be cool to have a fifth URC team. I do know when I make my trip to South Africa, I will definitely be picking me up a Toyota Cheetahs kit because I think their jerseys are keen, man. And the last bit of news for the week before we wrap up here, Super Rugby Round 1, Super Rugby Pacific is back. Round 1, February 23rd, the Chiefs will be with the Crusaders in action in a very odd-looking lineups for a lot of these teams with all these guys in a post-World Cup year. A lot of these guys split for big cash overseas or up above the equator, Japan. A lot of them go to Japan. And it's really weird not seeing Brody Retallick again on the Chiefs. Yeah. Quintapaya is back. It looks like Damian McKenzie will be the starting fly half or 15. I don't know how they're going to do it. Angus Talavau gone back to the Blues. He's gone. I'm going to miss that guy, even though he's just really funny in front of the camera. Scott Barrett captaining the Crusaders once again. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, the post Razor Robinson era of the team in Canterbury. So I'm excited. Not excited about the start times for some of these matches because it's middle of the night games. At least in South Africa, they're early morning, mid-morning games, because it's only about a 7 or 8 hour time difference. With New Zealand, those are the games that start at like 12:30 at night, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning here. So, but I will be covering as much as I can of Super Rugby Pacific for you guys in case, just in case you want to know what's going on with that competition. Obviously, we know the issues with Australian rugby, the TAWS, everything. Yeah, it's the Rebels. It's just everything seems to not be going that well. Did get a look at Julian Savea, the 2015 mastermind in tries, working out, doing his first little bit of work with his new club, Moana Pacifica, there in Auckland, playing in South Auckland out of Mount Smart Stadium, also home of the NZ Warriors, who have done the throwback kits. I know I don't talk about rugby league too much, but I have been watching it because I have access to Fox Australia, and I do live in constant fear of rugby league coming to America because I hate to say it, I think Americans would probably like it more than rugby union. I know but it's just the truth. But that's all I really have for this week's video, man. I will be back later in the week, man. You guys let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna go live Saturday. Which match do you want me to go live for? Do you want to watch the Stormers and Sharks, or do you want to watch the Bulls and Lions together? Because I'm gonna watch both games, but I'd like to go live on here and watch a game with you guys. So you guys let me know in the comments section what game you'd like to watch. You like to watch me watch. As weird as that sounds. I do have access to to Supersport TV here now with the jailbroken device I have. So I'll be watching the exact same feed you're watching. No more of this Flow Sports where we don't get a pregame or a halftime or anything. So, but you guys let me know in the comment section what game you want me to go live with, and I'll get it set up and we'll go live for that match this weekend. But once again, I just want to thank you guys for continually supporting this channel. I've tried to kind of branch out, but I need to accept the reality that this is a SA Rugby love channel. I could talk other countries all I want, but the reality is I need to just stick to my guns and stick to my gut, and that's what I'll try to do going forward. But I hope everyone is safe wherever you're at in the world. You know, you got food to eat. It is Valentine's Day here. Had a beautiful dinner of dinner rolls and like a deep fried onion kind of thing with Jess, while our dog lady, begged for food because that's what dogs do. But like I said, I hope everybody is safe wherever you're at in the world, and I will see you guys again very, 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 very soon. Bye, donkey, and totsians, and cheers, guys.